Okay, we are live. It is a beautiful Saturday, so I will be live streaming today for a little while before I go and do in real life stuff outside of the basement, outside of the yard. But my name is Aaron. This is Grownup Adjacent, and we will be live streaming today a little bit of Beetlejuice. So stay tuned, get comfortable. We're going to find our way through some modes and stuff.
Neon flicker, shadows fire, coffee stains on arcade nights, tilt the world, spin the game, culture lost but still the same. Pinball, dreams in the glow, steel ball rolls, where does it go? Arcade lights keep me alive, buzzing home the world's behind. Fingers dance, buttons scream.
About to get started playing. Welcome to the first couple of viewers strolling in. What's
Culture fades, but it never stops. Pinball, dreams in the glow. Steel ball rolls, where does it go? Arcade lights keep me alive, buzzing home the world's behind. Tilt the warning blade.
the emotion?
Life's a game, no
D-Dosed, welcome to the show this morning. What's up, my friend? How's it going? Happy Saturday. Depending on which continent you're on, but I think you're in the Americas, are you? But, man, I've been having fun playing Beetlejuice. It's not as easy as it looks, I'll be honest. You kind of think, oh, well, you know, it's looks goofy and campy. It's probably easy. No, it is not super easy. It is not super easy. But I just had my daughter down. She was in the basement. She has not seen Beetlejuice yet. So she came up, and I was quite concerned what she would actually think, if she would actually want to play it, if she would think it's scary. You know, she's not listening, so I can say she's surprisingly, like, sometimes things will scare her and or make her uncomfortable. So I didn't want that to be what this game does, but she hasn't seen the topper yet. I'm hoping her and I are going to unbox and install the snakehead topper that we got. We're going to put it on later. I easily undid the topper it came with. Shout out to Spooky Pinball. I think all their games come with a flat plastic topper that's actually pretty sweet. So I'm going to either put it on my windowsill, 12 volted up, or I'm going to convert it into some other topper for another game. So shout out to Spooky to having that added value. Spooky has kind of been known for always powder coating everything, powder coating around the speakers, obviously the rails. The coin box is like powder coated, nicer than, you know, most Harleys at the car show, or, you know what I mean? And obviously the wire forms are powder coated too. So yeah, Spooky does it right. It is it's a different experience playing a spooky game. So I also want to kind of open as the chat starts somewhat rolling today. But so my first impressions on Spooky's Beetlejuice from the couple of days of gameplay. Some of the shots in here feel great. Some of the shots feel extremely dialed in. Like, I don't say that lightly, but I haven't had any shots that really felt like a brick fest. Do you know what I mean? Some particular games where you're like, oh, man, it's so high risk to even aim at that shot because you might hit the brick around it and get it straight down the middle, or just like a frustrating side drain. That I have not experienced. The other kind of feeling playing this game, I was expecting Beetlejuice to be a little bit easier. I don't know why I thought it would be easier, but it is a challenging game. I seem like I lose the most balls down the middle and not out the left drain. I hardly lose anything out the right drain, which is cool. Overall general impressions of the game, the sandworm is fun. It's always fun. I think the amount of mechs and things in this game, I hope it becomes the gold standard for other manufacturers as well. For example, we've got the Beetlejuice. He like rises up with the ball magneted to his kind of like midsection, and it kind of shoots out. I think that's so fun. The sandworm obviously comes up and dances for us, and you can shoot the ball in its mouth. You can shoot the ball under it. It works as a bash toy. This is the shot I hit the most in the middle. The Bar Leroy, the camera in the middle. So luckily it does a lot of things. So the Inferno shot here is pretty cool too. So the ball will go in there and kind of like the sound of it spinning the spinner, spinning the, not spinner, but the, I believe it's an opto in there that starts this spinning, and then you like randomly win one of those things. So the couch in the back is actually surprisingly hard to lock a whole ton of balls on. You have to get this ramp over here up, and then it loops under and onto there. I started that mode twice since I've played the game. I probably have 30 games on it now. All the scoops are fun, but I'm biased because I love open scoops like this, metal top open scoops. What else? So this is almost like an upper playfield. This whole back area here is it feels like you're in an upper playfield. Do you know what I mean? Like a whole dedicated area with a whole bunch of things. You can use that upper flipper, which is controlled by the right flipper button, and you can kind of like, you basically just spam the flipper up there, and it's going to keep hitting those now serving buttons. It's going to either go in the scoop, or it's going to loop around and keep knocking on the door, which also activates the actual knocker, the physical knocker in the game. But anyways, that's how you open up the waiting room ramp, which will send the ball back around and charge up your physical locked balls on the couch. So yeah, it's awesome. And the pop bumpers, the pop nest of 3 pop bumpers. So the ball finds its way in there and then just keeps throwing it into the upper playfield. So it's very cool. I like it. I like it so far. And other interesting things I always like to, share or call out or acknowledge that Spooky support was great because I had a bit of a goofy flipper issue, and they kind of knew about it, or they were able to give me some answers. I adjusted some things, and bam, it's fine. Everything works. Also, their code is well updated. They keep updating it, and they also have a beta code path that anyone can join, so you can try out what they're working on. So yeah, Geeter, Geeter in the chat says, don't forget the fly swatter, the fly that flies across the screen. So there are quite a few things like that. I also didn't mention the Magna save in the middle, which is somewhat Star Wars Fall of the Empire adjacent. Some people would say better. I would say similar. But yeah, it's been fun to use. So as far as value in mechs and movement and kinetic shit under the playfield, there's a lot of it. And I think that's sort of Spooky's calling card. If you see the underside of the playfield, they definitely pack a lot in there. They pack a lot in there, and it looks all secure and, you know, organized enough for the amount of stuff that's going on. But as far as world under glass, theme integration, you know, it's all here. Yeah, I think they probably had a bit of a I feel like they probably had a bit of a crossroads. They're like, well, we could really lean into the model. You know what I mean? Make it all look like a model. But then I think they've pulled elements of the model that are pretty clever. Like in the back corner, it has the yeah. We'll go back there again. So in the back corner, obviously the sign that's very very pulled right from the original movie. And the couch and the characters, and you know, they're all molded sculpts. They're not like 3D or hand painted 3D or the sandworm. And the texture on here is really cool. It feels like sand. I don't know what they've done there. And obviously, you know, the main character who does pop up and play in a number of the scenes. This is like one of my favorite shots, the Inferno shot. It's cool. I'm also a fan of, you know, the light show that Spooky does. So the only thing there is, I am always wanting more from every manufacturer in regards to callouts. I think that your main character should be calling out. And here's why. You know, I'm a big fan of John Wick. I talk about that often on the live stream, but John Wick has all the callouts. I forget Winston, the main character, one of the main characters. The voice is just constant. It's huge for that theme integration. So I like to see more of that. So that'll always be like my feedback on any game, is more voice, more voice, more voice. So I don't know if that's in everyone's budget or even everyone's taste, but what else? I've found it pretty easy. I should have loosened my tilt, Bob, to be honest. I've been hitting the warning and the tilt quite a bit, and the tilt, it kills your bonus, like, you know, all pinball, but I faced that a little bit. The sandworm has been a lot of fun. I would love to hear when you hit the sandworm. I would love there to be an audio, like doosh, doosh, you know, when you hit the sandworm, it just kind of bricks, and without audio. Maybe they're going to integrate that later. Like the code, this game is just hitting households and arcades, so it's not surprising it doesn't have all, you know, sound for every little thing you touch. But those are just little feedback things. I like to share my you know, ups and downs about it. I don't know where this is gonna live in this house yet, but it's here where it is now. I did an unboxing, and like unloading from the truck. I shared that video because a few people were asking, like, how do you get the game? Because I'm in a basement here in this part of my house, and it's kind of a bit of a process. Yeah, so Justin in the chat says Beetlejuice has the callouts turned off when you start the game. There's something you can turn on. That is correct. So I've turned the callouts on, but kind of just my general feedback from any pinball machine, new, old. I just think pinball, since it has the ability to integrate audio, like there should be more audio. That's just every game, though. I say that with every game. And I'm especially critical of like games where there's a huge main character, like Wrath the Relentless has some audio. I would have been like, man, we gotta lean into this character, build him up, use tons of voice. But again, I'm not every pinball player, and I'm certainly not in charge of the, you know, the budget when they're making these games, or, you know, the creative design, like maybe they don't think that pinball players want to hear all of the different sounds and voices constantly. I love it in John Wick. I think it does, they did it well there. One second. So as I start to play, I'm going to talk a little bit too about before I start to play, you know, as some viewers start to roll in and wake up, it's Saturday. So the skill shots in this game, you guys have probably seen. The skill shot comes up. This is a short shooter lane. So those lit shots there, they kind of roll like that. And when you push the button, it lands on one of those, either 1,500,000, 250, or 100, or that ball save target thing in there. You can land on one of those. And so there's that. And I've been having somewhat good results with the skill shots, but I would say about half the time I can get some sort of skill shot. Yeah, and so the comment in the chat was about how the biggest debate between Beetlejuice and Evil Dead, the Bruce Campbell callouts are so good. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I am a firm believer that these manufacturers, all of them in brackets, I think they are listening to the consumers and they are listening to the pinball players. And I think they are, I use the term like the rising tide raises all ships. I think that all or most of these designers and companies are going to just keep adding a little bit more, either, you know, in the voice callouts, the value in the mechs. And it's not like any one of them is leading, because, you know, there's something to be said about a pinball machine that is a little more simple, maybe a little bit less mechs. So I do kind of think that Stern leads the way with their pro models there. I got a James Bond pro model recently, and to me, I'm like, man, this is a clean layout. Everything's simple, lots of fun, great integration, good code. But then there's the market for games like this, where every inch is packed with something, color, light, integration. There's like 5 different multi-ball modes. So I think there's a market for all. But anyway, so we talked a little bit about the skill shots, and so after you get your skill shot and you're back at your flippers, prioritizing the left ramp or the spinner afterwards for points in progress is good. A late plunge can drain intentionally via the magnet. Loses your super skill shot though. Yeah, getting into it's called an upper playfield, but it's the couch access. Hit the far left shots to enter the upper area easily, and loop around the couch to light the knock inserts. So the knock inserts, you just keep looping around, and it goes knock, 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 and then the ramp over here to light the couch access starts. That's called the waiting room or the couch. And so this shot over here, it like raises up and opens so you can tuck in and around. As I kind of scroll through these things, I love how you don't even need to look up the strategy to know the strategy in this game. It's like mode start, multi-ball, everything is on the playfield. So I like that. I'm more of a simple rules type of individual, but talking about, you know, the major features, we got the left ramp, which is the Dante's Inferno shot, and it is often backhandable and has a roulette wheel, and you use the action button to stop it. So we have the right ramp / orbit. It feeds the back or lifts the wire form for couch locks, and it loops to the upper left flipper as well. The sandworm mech stand-up targets and mouth for hits used for modes and multiples. So that was what I was talking about. It's the big obvious bash toy in the middle. Hitting the 3 different targets on the sandworm is surprisingly easy. And I mean, aiming them, like picking them off, is pretty easy from either flipper. So I do like that. You can access that. It's wide enough that you can pretty much hit the sandworm when it's open from either flipper, which is nice, you know. So we have also in the back left the Juno scoop, and the Lost Souls scoop is in the center. And both of those, you collect rewards or you trigger spinners. Scrolling through my notes. So the now serving targets in the upper playfield, they build the jackpots and super jackpots. So if you can get up there, I mean, a lot of people that have been playing this game on stream, you just kind of keep spamming those. Like keep the ball up there, because you're either going to keep looping and knocking, or you're going to hit those now serving. All of the things are, you know, have value. So the spinner in the middle makes a cool sound. I always wish spinners were louder though. Some games do. I love it. Sometimes it gets annoying. I know there's one in John Wick. I have it kind of turned up, so it gets kind of annoying. But the spinner, the pop bumpers, and the camera stand-ups, they light hurry-ups via the in-lanes. Handbook target is over here. Relights, ball save, and fly magnet. The mystery scoop and captive ball for random wards, and that's the lower scoop. The mystery scoop is the captive ball and for random rewards. So I'm just kind of reading through some of the, you know, obvious notes on this game. So also, I have my game set up. I'm going to change it today. My game is set up to 6.5, but a lot of people out there are saying Beetlejuice plays a little better with 6.7 to 6.9. So I'm probably going to move my game up a bit to be a little more along those settings. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of open with a little bit of a sort of small explanation of the game. My general approach to gameplay of Beetlejuice for the last couple of days, there is so much lit at any given time, and you can stack things, like, or you can be in multiple modes. This is one where you can kind of just play and have fun and still get pretty good score. The only thing I wish is that when modes are counting down, it was on the screen, but maybe it is, and I'm just not noticing. But yeah, this game.
Right up, test your strength.
All right, well, the attract mode audio is turned on, but Documengineer says 6.871 repeater. Okay, let's play some spooky pinball. Oh, shout out to Nitro Pinball, where I buy all my pinball stuff. Ball Baron that supplied the Polaris balls for this machine. I use Polaris pinballs in any of my machines that have magnets, and Ball Baron's Ninja balls in any of my other games. I've actually used the Ninja balls in Foo Fighters as well, and it has a big magnet, and they've not magnetized. So, I mean, if you just want the shiniest balls in pinball, go for the Ninja's balls.
Welcome. I'll be overseeing your transition.
I'm just
How you doing, Ernie? Oh,
What's
hell
up?
yeah. Come on, come on.
Just trying to get the audio. When I watched my VOD yesterday, the audio was too low.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
How's the model coming?
Oh, it's great.
You know, Mr. Rosalind built that foundation in 1835.
I have not installed the topper yet, Justin. I will be installing it today. I was just trying to decide if I want to kind of film an unboxing install topper video. It's a bit more setup, or do I just want to install it and have fun?
I check out
So I'm gonna try for the skill shot. Oh, got it.
What do we got here tonight, kids?
Tim, Beetlejuice.
I'm gonna try to be nudging less today, except when needed. I find I get a little handsy with the machines sometimes at home where I wouldn't on location. So I try to play a little bit more like reality.
Money, no whammies. Stop.
Shoot. All right.
God, that was close.
Oh, ball save. Never walk away. Just missed the camera shot.
Beetlejuice.
No turning back now. Shoot the right
Ah, missed it. Shit.
Number 54, Unit 601. Turn on.
I know Wonderland. Well, you know, I go a little bit overboard with my nudging in my house. I play a little bit too risky, and but I lost some pretty big bonus yesterday by just kind of being a little bit, you know, too aggressive. Be aggressive.
Well, I better find a job. What do we got here tonight?
So one thing, the upper, it's called an upper playfield, but it really is not an upper playfield. The back left, there's lots of stuff to nudge on up there. So you can actually do quite a bit.
You've summoned him.
Okay, this one's fun. So you have to hold the button. I like this one.
Press the action button. Press the action button.
So you got to do this. Oh, I'm too dumb for it.
25 years after actually in that house room. Only 3 Class 1 D90 intercessions with June. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
Missed the skill shot opportunity.
Peterson's party report to door number 9. Tim, Beetlejuice.
Shoot again.
I got something good for you.
Oh, I should have used the magnet save. Ball save. Thank you. You pay attention more.
What's your name?
Well, I can't tell you.
Why not?
Maybe if you have a pen, maybe we can. Oh, I know. You play charades.
Here.
Ah, good.
I can't believe how young she is in this movie. I didn't remember her being that young.
Lanes are lit.
2 words.
Now say cheese.
First word, 2 syllables.
I'd like to stay in that upper playfield a little bit longer. And I'm not hitting any of the obvious white shots. There, I hit one by accident. Alright.
Beetle.
That's a good point, Tom. Welcome to the stream also this morning.
Also,
So, in between each game, I'm going to try to have some sort of music over. So this game, as expected, has some audio, licensed audio issue that I've been facing, but no big deal. I just edited out on YouTube, but sometimes in between games is when we do some of the commentary and the banter, and I don't want to have to edit that out. But since that was the warm-up game, guys, and I just want to welcome to the stream Doc, Tom, Other Tom, Busted Chops, Slinger, Henry, Scrolling Up, Wonderland, What's Up, Justin, The Afterlife. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Happy Saturday. So, kind of today, my goal was to have no more excuses. I've had the game for a couple days. I want to do an actual good, somewhat gameplay video, but also try to see some more of the game. So that'll be my goal today. I will be looking in the chat, but I'll probably be playing a little more. I'm wanting to create a good YouTube video that is, after a couple days of gameplay, but Slinger, yes. So this is gonna drive me crazy today. So Lydia is like the default. Obviously Lydia is the character, but Lydia is still the GC on the game. But I got high score number 1 yesterday, and I was talking. I was like, bah, 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 and then I didn't enter my character, so I would have been high score number 1. But anyways, what I have to do is find my way through some of the modes, and actually complete them, cash out. But the highlight of the day for me, I'll be completely honest, guys, my daughter coming down and playing a game. I was really worried she would not like this or look and be like, that guy's spooky, scary. Like, I'm hoping she's outgrowing that phase. There's a period of time where, like, honestly, like, some of the games in the games room, like, she didn't like playing. Anyways, she's growing up, I guess. I don't know.
Welcome to the other side.
I know, Wonderland, right? But so this is the thing. Wonderland says, I'm the excuse for not doing their taxes. Anytime you guys are like doing nothing and you want to throw on some pinball, like throw on my Twitch VODs, because I get like 1 cent of ads when you do that. So it's how you can help the channel. Throw on the VODs on Twitch. Slinger, I don't have the Beetle Snake installed yet. It is here, and I intend on installing it because it has the spooky speak and This little scene, when I was doing some adjustments to the flippers, this scene played 100 times. It drove me pretty much crazy. How is game audio for you guys at home? Do you want it louder versus me? To me, it looks a little bit low. Okay, anyways. We'll
How you
keep
doing,
going.
Ernie? Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya?
The left ramp.
Party two. It's the handbook.
Okay, have you been studying the manual?
Well, we tried.
The intermediate interface chapter on haunting says it all. Get them out yourselves. It's your house.
I should, Slinger, yeah.
Just a minute, Max.
Oh, that
Now
gives
listen,
me...
enough of this talk about business, okay? I gotta go. You, easier. Goodbye.
Max, wait.
I'm not sure why it gives a ball save, but I appreciate it because...
Your mother's gonna kill you when she sees you cut holes in the $300 sheets.
This is so cool.
Back those camera targets.
Sick. Sexual perversion. If guys are gonna do that weird sexual stuff, do it in your own bedroom.
Shoot.
Back those camera targets.
I'm trying!
Number 54,
was-
Miss 601. Corridor.
Next to no bonus. I'm not sure what I did to start that mode, but I guess I went under Beetlejuice to mode start.
But Barbara, we have to go through with this.
So the waiting room is open now. And try to hit that. There we go. So the waiting room opens by knocking a bunch of times. I think that's some things else may trigger it as well.
You spent 125 years on Earth, actually in that house with me. Only 3 Class 1 D90 intercessions with Junior. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
That's gotta hurt.
What do we got here tonight?
Oh no, you've summoned him.
I think we're in the model. Hey, look at that.
The other thing that's kind of goofy is the grave dig. Anyways, the Beetlejuice sign isn't flashing.
So, where is he? What do we do?
The scoops are being, for that center scoop being so dead centerish, it's not super easy to hit.
In lanes already. Make it snappy.
It's death for the dead. Turn the handbook. Keep moving.
Yeah, Gidra, I would say objectively, this game grabs the balls a little better. It does once in a while do the thing where it fails to launch it. So there must be some tie-in to the like how it throws it or something. I don't know. Yeah, so I feel like parts of this game still it doesn't feel easy. Maybe I should just nudge more and just eat the warnings, because a few times actually, as Tom.com suggested, maybe I could turn down the scoops are a little bit violent right now, like the rear scoop and the center scoop, like they rocket it straight down the middle. I guess I could turn those down. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Is that a thing? You turn it down to make it more enjoyable? Or is that like, you know, cheating? I have a sneeze coming on. Make sure not to sneeze on the invisible glass. Okay, so also if you're just joining the stream and you enjoy watching pinball play, this is what we do on this channel on Grownup Adjacent. Wherever you watch your pinball streaming or online content, you can find me doing this stuff, consuming unsafe amounts of caffeine and playing mid-level pinball. But it's not for the lack of trying. I do try. Other things. What else? I'm not sure about. So I've hit the Dante's Inferno ramp once or twice, and it didn't give me the opportunity to stop it when it's spinning. So I'll see if that's like a timing issue. Just catching up in the chat. Yeah, so Wonderland. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe I'll just make the tilt bob a little easier. I found out recently, a few of my friends that live stream, they don't use tilt bobs at all. And I was like, but what about like when friends come over? Do you just let them have their way with the machine? But one day I'll call out this friend. I was at when I was at the Stern Media Day, which anyways, I don't know if I should tell the story. Let's just say that a lot of the pinball players that came to that particular Stern Media Day, holy shit, do they throw the machines around? We're talking like the Pokemon Ellie, like the brand new, partially prototype version. Man, it was like bouncing around the machines beside it. I was like, are we allowed to do this? It was funny though. I mean, I think they were really incredible pinball players. That's the thing. Some of these people that, you know, podcast or do their long form content and stuff, they're actually quite good pinball players. I'm still early in my journey, but anyways, story time. Justin. We won't name names. Okay. Let's play a little bit more of the things.
Welcome to the other side.
Thanks, Busted Chops. I appreciate it. So, yeah, Wonderland.
Ernie? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna turn this down for a second, at least for you guys. Wonderland in the chat says, we pay a ton for these pins. It's nice when friends and family are over to enjoy them, enjoy their time on it. I absolutely agree. Like even sorry, it's quite loud here, but when I recently had brother and sister-in-law over, the brother-in-law was down here playing pretty much the entire time, and it was nice. He was pretty much in here alone kind of the entire time, but
That's gone for a millennium. Let's turn up the see what shakes loose.
seance.
The wedding clothes. The words.
You know, I'm always trying to think of how to bring more people into our pinball ecosystem, but also like how to get my daughter to play more pinball, or my wife. Maybe I'll use Beetlejuice as that entry. I thought it was going to be Pokemon, but surprisingly my daughter's like not into Pokemon. If my daughter or wife said they were into Pokemon, I probably would have got it, but they were kind of warm on the theme. And Beetlejuice we were committed to, so whether they like it or not, they're gonna like it. But based on my daughter's reaction playing Beetlejuice today, that first game, leads me to believe that I think this might be what I use with her to get into pinball more.
Well, I better find a job. Let's see.
It's kind of funny when she has friends over. Like I've said this before on stream, they'll do anything analog. They like playing cards, Guess Who, Connect 4. They go to the park, like stuff that kids should do. So I don't want to like say no, go down to the I think it's in a good state right now, but I'd also really like it if she'd come and, you know, get good at pinball or come to a tournament with me. But yeah, Justin, I'm going to have her put the topper on with me because, so I'm kind of like probably a lot of dads out there that had a daughter. I'm grateful I had a daughter, but she does all the stuff as though I would have had a son. She builds and races RC cars. She's built a number of computers with me. And she's done almost all of my pinball machine mods with me. So I'm grateful for that. I'm going to keep riding that wave until, you know, she's a teenager and I'm not cool anymore. I don't know where the breaking point was with my dad, but he picked me up from school in grade 8 on a Harley Davidson, and I was 6'2" in grade 8, and my dad's like he's 5'11". So I'm this big, huge guy getting on the back. He hands me a Yamaha yellow helmet from the 70s. There was 1,000 people looking at me. Anyways, we had a different approach to parenting. Anyways, I can't help but storytell sometimes. I feel like grade 8 was a similar experience for most people. It's eye-opening. My sister didn't help. She's like, you're going to get in a fight in the first week. You're going to get beat up in the first week. It took 2 weeks for me to get in a fight. Okay. As far as starting modes, that shot is nice. It's wide open. So I know Harry Potter caught some slack because to start modes for a while, you had to like double hit the scoop or whatever it was. I don't think I can. Oh! Sorry, I had the volume turned a little bit down.
You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
So something too for the viewers just joining us, or maybe you're watching this VOD later. My general takeaway too is this game is a similar feel to Evil Dead in regards to difficulty. So like, if you want it to be difficult, it will. It almost, you get lulled to sleep by the fact that the shots are, you can actually make the shots, but it's still hazardous in the bottom third. There's still some rocket shots down the middle. So I like their mix of flow in their shots, but also it's difficult. I mean, some of my games, I'm on ball 3 at 5 million. And I'm trying.
That's it? There's no number or instructions?
What do we got here?
Missing my skill shots.
Look at that. Yes, I'm good for you.
So the Magna save works like very well. Oh, fumble Rooski.
It's death for the dead.
All in the handbook. Keep moving.
Also,
Love it. Morning to the viewers who have strolled in here for some live stream today. Wherever you're watching this social media, thank you for coming to hang out. It's always fun. It's mostly fun. Slinger, yeah, I love the song too. I love anything that is campy and fun when it comes to pinball. One thing also my daughter pointed out one day, like, all the machines have monsters. Everything has a monster or an animal in it. Like, we got Jaws, the Mecha Godzilla, the Foo Fighters Alien, Wrath the Relentless, the Sandworm, the Dinosaur, the Terminator 2 head. John Wick doesn't have any monsters, unless you're afraid of like highly proficient firearm use. But you know, King Kong has Kong. I don't know who's the monster in Fall of the Empire. Maybe Darth Vader's head. Darth Vader's face. We got the tank in Galactic Tank Force, or is it the hanging cow? Maybe that's the monster. And I would have to say, with Dr. No, James Bond, the monster's definitely the phallus-like rocket. And yes, Busted Chops, you were right. The Baba Yaga is the monster in John Wick, right? Yeah. And Metallica has, I guess, the guy in the chair is the monster. So I guess we're all like following some themes, but yeah, to the viewers in the chat, what would you think would be, I was really trying to think the other day, what is the next game or theme that you would love to see in regards to music pins, like bands that haven't been made yet, that are big enough to be worth doing, that are maybe from like the 90s this time or like 80s? Is there any music pins that aren't made yet that you'd love to see? Yeah, Wonderland. So, I mean, we know Blues Brothers was made by Homepin. I really wish, so at Pinball Expo, Homepin sent a couple games there. I really wanted to play them, but they were like disabled. Busted Chops, I'm with you too. And in fact, I tossed this idea around. If I were ever to do a homebrew, I would totally pick, first of all, if I did a homebrew, I think I would want to make it so I could change the theme. Like, make it be my 90s playlist. Like, it's my homebrew. So I could make it like my 90s playlist era. So I could have like, you know, like the Wu-Tang upper playfield, the like Nirvana and Finger 11 and Tool corner, and like, I don't know, who else? Go through the eras. So this is the thing, Justin, also, we talked a little bit about this, but I'm like, is anyone ever, I know it has to have been done. I mean, I assume it's been done, but this is an extremely small niche. Some of you may not really realize how small this niche is, but buy a game, either used or lightly used, and strip the playfield, get Brian Allen or Brad Albright to do your artwork, and then redo the code, which sometimes can be open sourced out. It can be edited easier than you think. And then put the game back together and maybe like re-add some sculpts. Okay, so hear me out. Let's say, so actually I wouldn't do it to Galactic Tank Force. It has all those videos that are kind of fun and goofy. But let's say I found, I don't know, a game that I don't have that I like to shoot. Let's say like Uncanny X-Men. I like Uncanny X-Men, but I'm not really into X-Men. Do you know what I mean? So get a game like that, put it in the back room and just strip it. Scan the playfield or try to get your hands on the playfield design. Send it to Brian Allen or Brad Albright. Or if you're really a high roller, send it to Franchi, get a design made that has your music eras in it. I don't know. I think that would be the freaking sweetest thing ever, but Justin, that sounds like so much fun. Justin says in the chat, I'm getting a tattoo artist buddy to redo your Last Action Hero playfield. That's a cool idea, man. I have a huge respect for people that, you know, dive into something like homebrew and can project manage the steps. Because like if you can even mildly project manage anything, doing a homebrew is not, it's not rocket science. You know, create some buckets. Okay, playfield, coding, cabinet. Like, yeah, obviously it would be a number of buckets and it would take you a long time, but how many people have a workshop with, you know, nothing but like boring projects in it? I have my RC car workshop, which is kind of like, all I need is a little table to work on my RC car stuff. Frankly, I like don't do it that much anymore. So Makerspaces. So what is Makerspaces? Wonderland. Slinger says also Snoop Dogg is everywhere. Theme being him doing Olympic events and his music. That's the thing too that made me think that it would be fun to do a homebrew music pin that you would make your own playlist, and you can go and copy, like download video clips from all your favorite music videos or bands and stuff, and you know, really customize it. Anyways, we're off on a tangent, but I think that's part of my live stream, so deal with it. Sometimes I get off on tangents, sometimes I only tangent, but I feel like Beetlejuice is going to be on the stream for quite often for a while, since it's still the new and shiny. But I do also look forward to really getting in the chat with you guys. And yeah, I know, Busted Chops, right? This is basically like, whether you like it or not, my format is basically like play some pinball and podcast with the chat live, though. No scripts, no bias, no like, you know, sponsors telling me what to say. But Solace Noir says, I want an autographed Dream Theater playbound machine. Sorry, Solace Noir Band says, I want an autographed Dream Theater pinball machine before I die. Sorry if I sent that twice. Yeah, no worries. It didn't come through twice. But so is Dream Theater's a band, right? But it's not a game yet, is it? Oh, cool. Okay, so Justin and Wonderland both talked about maker spaces. So we have something like that around here, but oh my God, I can't. They're called something sheds. It's like a men's shed or something, and it's actually, it might be different than maker spaces, but yeah, Armistat, welcome to the chat today too, my friend. Armistat says, I do this with virtual pinball games all the time. If I think they're a real game, I could use my own personal touch. I create a virtual copy and add my own stuff, changes things I don't like. That's cool, man. Yeah. I know Jack Danger uses virtual pin for designing stuff too, doesn't he? Yeah, Slinger, there is something here that's called, I think it's called the men's shed or something like that. I think it's odd that maybe it's not men's shed, but there's something here where like retirees and grandpas and tech people get together and they like build things, fix things, and like mentor people. It's kind of different than what you're saying. You're talking about more of like a purposeful space, but that is a different purposeful thing that I'm talking about. Okay, I know Solace. Yeah, so I've heard of Dream Theater, but I'm definitely going to put it on I'll find the playlist later. One thing I was thinking, so yesterday, I told my wife this. So my wife came, okay, I'll tell you, I'm going to tell one more story before I play some pinball. So my wife went to pick up my daughter from dance after I live stream, and like I live streamed Beetlejuice yesterday for 3 hours in the afternoon, so my feet were tired. Anyways, I throw on YouTube and I'm listening to some music, like really loud in the house. And she comes in and I'm listening to, at the time, I will find out who it was. But anyways, I was listening to music. My wife comes in and she comes downstairs. First she tells me I'm being too loud and sends me downstairs, which is standard procedure. For reference, I have to find out who I was listening to. It did include Lana Del Rey, but I'll tell you what I was listening to when she got home, because I was listening to a little bit of Linkin Park, a little bit of Manchester Orchestra, Kings of Leon, 30 Seconds to Mars. But anyways, when she came in, she's like, it's too loud. I'm like, it's not too loud. It's my music. You know, I'm just trying to listen to some music or something. Like, I wasn't actually an asshole. I just went downstairs. So then I put the music on downstairs and turned it up in like our basement music theater thing. It's not really a theater. It's like the couch with the TV, but it's loud. So I had the music playing quite loud. And she comes in, turns on the light. She's like, is everything okay? I'm like, well, yeah, why? I can't listen to music? She's like, no, I mean, most of the time when you put on your YouTube music, you're like, something happened at work. Something happened on the live stream. I'm like, well, I get that is normally my procedure. I'll go and sulk and listen to my sad rock music from the 90s. But she's like, no, what happened on stream? Did somebody say something? Did something break? Did your audio go off or something like that? I'm like, no, I just wanted to listen to some music. She didn't believe me. She didn't believe me. I was just like wanting to. But what happens is there's so much good podcast content in pinball that I pretty much always have a podcast on in the car. And I found like I almost never listen to music anymore. And music has always been a massive part of my life. And so anyways, I just started to listen to some of my good music again in the car. And man, when you take a break from music you love and get back into it, it's like finding a new hobby. So anyways, got the music turned up so loud and obnoxious in the car, right in time for sunny weather. But
Welcome to the afterlife.
anyways, that storytelling went a bit long, but that's what you get. We'll play some more.
The
How you doing, Ernie?
Hiya.
Well, I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean? It's a fast round, boy. We're gonna have to last.
Smash those targets to wake up the worm.
Breakfast orange.
I've barely shot the sandworm today. It's just occurred to me.
Number 54 to Miss 601. Turned on.
Well, Busted Chop says music's the last thing they give up. That's the thing. Like, I didn't realize I had kind of stopped listening to music because I was excited to hear the podcast, and I become a little bit like friends or a follower of a lot of these people. And I just realized, like, I don't have a long commute, so I'll listen to like 10 minutes of a podcast. Anyway, so I've replaced all my music listening to with these podcasts.
Let's see, business section.
So anyways, I'm breaking that cycle, getting back into the music. Solace, yeah, I'll check out Panic Attack by Dream Theater. I will. That's cool. Thanks for the recommendation.
Cute couple. Look. He looks like somebody. What do we got here tonight?
That's the Lost Souls room.
So I do like how the Juno scoop, that actually might be, so that scoop did it too, actually. It gave you a very short ball save. Actually, the ball save was longer than it was lit, but that might be coded in with the code update from yesterday, maybe. Because yesterday, if I was getting a straight down the middle from Juno or the Lost Souls, that was my ball. I was done. So. See if I can backhand. Oh, I hit it, but just a sea hair too late.
Smash those targets to wake up the worm.
A room for ghosts that have been exorcised.
I need to do a minor adjustment on my right flipper.
Smash those targets to wake up the worm.
My right flipper's a tiny bit soft at the tip. I kind of don't want to change anything now that it's working fine. A bit erratic.
The sandworm's down. Take your shot.
Right in the mouth. That was worth the warning. In the mouth again. I can miss by a mile. That was embarrassing.
You spent 125 years on Earth, actually in that house room. Only 3 class 1 to 9 sessions for children. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
Karmastad, that's a good question. If anything, I were able to say, I feel very similar to Evil Dead.
What you do, I'll tell you why my husband will fire you.
The only thing I noticed different about the flippers specifically, these have like Titan rubbers or some silicone on them. I really like regular rubber, but they bounce they dead bounce totally normally. But the feel, maybe they could be turned up, but I think they're good for this playfield. I have no trouble hitting everything, no ramp rejects. But the flip feels good. It feels the same as other spooky later generation like Evil Dead. It feels similar to Barrels of Fun's later editions. When it comes to flippers, I'm completely transparent. I am a Stern fanboy. I love the consistency on every game of Stern, but these feel very close. They feel good. No complaints on the flippers. The only thing is my right flipper, when the ball comes rolling from a distance, its end of stroke switch is slightly off, or the coil, I don't know. I'm gonna play it for a couple days before I give that verdict, but I feel like when the ball came rocketing down, it should bounce off the tip, and it kind of soft caught it a bit. But I couldn't say Karmastad if they're different than other spooky games. Christopher Freggie, what's up? So, no, I didn't submit it, but my first day playing, I wasn't able to find all the shots, so I just kept playing. But my daughter and I are gonna hang the topper later today and activate the spooky speak, decide where it's gonna go in the room, and then clean up. It still actually looks like I just opened a pinball machine in here. There's packing stuff, so. But to answer your question, Skullbox, I really like Beetlejuice so far. I really like the artwork, the light integration, the shots and layout, the code and video assets are excellent, and the models. It's a great game. It's a great game. So far, so good.
What is this?
Ball save, yes. Ball save always excites me.
The handbook. Keep.
Also,
But probably one of the highlights so far. Oh, hold on. What? When? Okay. I'm gonna go and inhale some breakfast. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and then come back and let's see if this scene is set up. I made some changes. No, it's not. We're not ending soon. Okay. I just changed. I'm gonna start outputting my content all in 4K. So I just have this screen. I'm gonna take a short break. I will be back in in a couple minutes. Short break. I was asked, and it is the weekend, and I try to not get in too much trouble, but when I'm asked to go eat, I be going to eat. I'll be back in a sec. I am back. That was an inhaled. I inhaled my egg sandwich. All right. Well, let's play a little bit more. I know I ate at like an unsafely fast rate, but I went upstairs, Wonderland, and I had choices. I went upstairs and like the breakfast wasn't immediately on the table. I could have chosen box A and been like, where's my food? I'm live streaming. And like probably took a risk of starting a fight. I just went there, sat. Can I help with anything? That was the better choice. Wonderland, like, make no mistake, it has ups and downs, but I'm grateful for my little. It's a very small family, just my one daughter, one wife. I don't have multiple wives. I would say that's not common in the live streaming, but I guess it is common. Anyways, it was an egg sandwich. That was what it was. No hash browns though. Homemade though. It was made on the griddle thing. But. So storytelling very briefly. My daughter sustained an injury doing one of her activities, so she's had to go to physio. And this is new as an athlete that's 12 years old to have to go to physio. But today she's got like lacrosse practice, 2 hours of lacrosse training, and then I think dance or something. Like it's a full day. So I told her, Mike, you have to, when you go to your events, go to your coach, let them know you're injured, ask for like a modified practice, or just so they don't like make you go and run the track when you've got a sprained ankle. So I didn't want her to like start running the track and then be like, my ankle hurts. So anyways, I told, yeah, okay. I was going to go down a path of childhood trauma, but I chose not to.
Welcome to the other side.
I don't want to lose viewers with my childhood trauma discussions, but they come up once in a while.
How you doing, Ernie? Oh, yeah.
Shoot the left crab.
Let's turn on the juice and see what shit's loose.
I was aiming for the spinner there, so that's how far I missed.
Sam, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Let's get this over with. Shoot me right over.
Number 54, room 601.
What's up, Mike? Welcome to the chat. You mean the path of childhood trauma? I always like to say, if you don't have childhood trauma, maybe you were the childhood trauma. I know. And so magnet save was lit. The magnet save, what I do like, is generous in this game. The magnet save is lit quite often.
Let's see, business section. Well, I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean?
Bust through those targets. We've got a worm to wreck. Move that sandworm away.
See, it's generous. I feel like that just happened.
Only 3 Class 1D90 intercessions for Junior. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
Careful.
You see, if you tell me what you do, I'll tell you I'm a...
Oh, you summoned him.
Beetle snake.
Shoot the pop bumpers.
Yes, I'm good for you. Wake up for your daughter, Chuck.
In lanes are lit.
I'm missing some shots here, by the way, but those will come with time. It should ball save that.
Yes, I'm good for you.
Shoot the pop bumpers.
Yeah, Mike, the game is fun. It is fun. I've had a lot of fun games on it so far. The one thing I do like to acknowledge, there are some aspects that the bottom area can have some hazard to it. I never drain on the right side, except if the ball goes up there, this thing will lift up and you'll drain, but
Hey, come on. Hey, where'd you go?
I mean, if I really wanted to make the game a little easier, I could put the post up, but pretty much, or move the post up, but pretty much every time the ball ends up in the left out lane, you have a lit magnet save anyway. The biggest hazard is probably draining down the center from one of the scoops, and those can be turned down if you wanted to have less violent draining, or you could even aim the scoops a bit, but I try to not change what the manufacturer or designer's intentions are, but anyways.
Welcome. I'll be overseeing your transition.
What do we got here tonight, kids?
So I've been finding that coming down, when you don't make it up into that lane, sometimes I just find I'm not able to hit that lane. Maybe I'll practice it a bit more.
Beetlejuice.
Number 54, you missed 601. Turn on.
The left round.
Have a ball save that.
Handbook for the recently diseased.
Deceased.
Oh no. You've summoned him. Shoot the pop bumpers.
Just trying to get the spinners. looked up the LCD. Let's get some pops. Not enough, I don't think. No magnet save.
You spent 125 years on paper. Actually, in that house room. Only 3 class 190 intercessions with Junior. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
If you tell me what you do, I'll tell you why my husband fired me.
I was one of New York City's leading paranormal researchers.
Surround the handle. Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Also,
So I gotta wait for the song. This one throws a copyright warning every time, but kind of like after playing for a couple days, there's always like that. Anytime you play a game, you're like, I like this game, but there's that one thing that sucks. I haven't found that thing yet, so I think that's a huge compliment to Spooky Pinball, because pretty much every game I played, I'd be like, oh man, everything on this game is good except that frickin' shot or that frickin' ramp or this or those brick targets, that you just continuously hit. I've yet to have that with Spooky Pinball's Beetlejuice, so that is a good thing, I believe. I think the artwork is obviously incredible, but I like little things that Spooky does that they're the value adds, the build of materials list or bill of materials list, things where they push the boundaries. You got powder coated wire forms, the purple, like if you look up close, you can see there's purple plastic protectors under the plastics, which a lot of us add later. I add them later sometimes, and then also the quality that went into the models. Like I'm pretty sure the roof is metal on this one, but I'm not entirely sure. The Beetlejuice moves up and down and brings the ball with him out of his waist area. The Dante's Inferno shot. That is probably one of my most enjoyable shots in the game. I'm still learning how to utilize it better. And then also the obvious, the sandworm. The sandworm. I don't know if I would say the sandworm is the star of the show, because I actually really like it when Beetlejuice pops up. But the shot I hit the most accidentally is the camera. So I like that you can usually get points or advance things by hitting it. So that's good. My Barbara was missing. Barbara was broken off in the back corner. So I shoe-gooed Barbara back on. And yeah, the Beetlejuice sign is awesome. What's the dude's name again? I forget. But his model looks good too. The reflection of the speakers. Attention to detail. There's the powder coat. Actually, so that whole back box metal piece is powder coated purple. And then it has magnets on it. Like the artwork is magneted on. So even here, this whole thing is powder coated in the apron. and then it's a magnet piece that's on there. So let's say you wanted to just, maybe you have a really well lit room and you want to have a lot of shine off your machine. You could pull those magnets off from around the screen or around the apron. On the exterior, my lighting, it's obviously a dark room. Anyways, there's little magnets throughout the exterior of the playfield as well. I could camera up for this shot so we could see the waiting room, but you get a bit of a, I think the viewers get kind of used to this shot on my channel. But anyways. Yeah, Mike, I agree. The artwork is amazing. Obviously, Christopher Franchi, the god tier artist in our industry currently, was, I believe, in charge of the artwork design. Obviously, that would include integrating of visual assets that they provide, like, you know, the faces and some of the logos and stuff. But yeah, this is a Christopher Franchi masterpiece, I believe. I mean, we know it is. Mr. Franchi gets an ad, a pretty cool ad in between every game. So I love that. But I love when attention and what do you call those? Credit is given to the artist. Like, there we go. Prominently, his Franchi art logo goes in between every game and at the attract screen. Like, Spooky didn't have to do that, but they did. They're really showing off, you know, appreciation of Chris's work.
Welcome to the other side.
Barbara, it's too late. With this. Let's tear up the juice. See the cheeks loose.
Okay. Did it lose the ball? I can see the ball in the scoop. Yeah. Somehow it must have not detected the ball.
It's him, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Quiet, Barbara, say it.
Beetlejuice.
Those targets will wake up the worm.
Shoot.
Number 54, Miss 601. Marathon.
I'm just disappointed.
She's still upset because somebody dropped a house on her sister.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
It's cute, Delia.
You notice the flippers dance on their own, guys, right?
I gotta tell you, this thing
actually in that house with only 3 class 1D intercessions with June. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
So obviously that mode is huge for scoring.
Careful!
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean?
Ah, shoot.
See, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Getting into the upper or top corner playfield is obviously very key, that you can do it, keep getting in there.
Press the action button.
Ah,
Having trouble with a lift? Reach out and have your hose buddy violin? It's death like a dead.
Learning the handle.
it's fun, but I blew it.
Also,
Everyone loves a real knocker. I gotta check my thing here. My one thing wasn't updating so far. My chat window. I hate it when that happens. It stops rolling the chat for me. Okay. I think I have 1 or 2 more games in me, and then I'm going to take a break for the day. I'm going to go to I'm going to the my local RC car track where we're rebuilding it, we're digging it up, and so we got a crew together today to kind of brainstorm and measure and stuff like that. So, but
Welcome. I'll be overseeing your transition.
What do we got here tonight? Kids. Oh, yeah, here I come, baby.
Smash those targets to wake up the worm.
God, this book is so stupid. I can't understand anything in it.
Bust through those targets. We've got a worm to lay.
Beetlejuice.
no more ball. No more Magma save.
Number 54, unit 601.
What we got here is the big ones, huh? Look at that.
Very generous ball save. I love it. just my style. It won't do. Yeah, it will shoot again. I like that. Obviously, you can turn those off in the settings, or turn them down. But when I'm getting to know a game, I always have like ball saves and stuff on.
It's cute, Delia.
The only shot that wasn't lit, I hit it.
Knock 3 times.
Oh, magnet just in time. It is very hard to aim at shots when this is happening.
You spend 125 years on Earth.
I haven't been fly swatting enough either.
Only 3 class 1 night intercessions with June. You probably haven't even read through the manual completely yet.
You know,
That's gotta
you
hurt.
look like somebody
Rush through those targets.
Oh, missed the magnet save again.
For the dead. It's all in the handbook. Keep them.
Also,
Because I've been playing so many games, I would love it if there were a different end screen.
Hope you like Italian. Where'd you go?
So yesterday my high score was the 128. I'm not getting near it today. I wonder if they nerfed something in the code, because I did 2 code updates. So just talking about this game, as it is the new and shiny, and some people have either not played a Spooky or not played a Beetlejuice. I've had a great experience dealing with Spooky support, because I had just a minor flipper issue, and it was dealt with like right away, back and forth, real time. That was props to Spooky support. Overall gameplay impression, I've had a lot of fun playing this. I see it being definitely a favorite, definitely one I keep for a long time. This will not be a buy, stream, and sell proposal. I thought about that. I'm like, I don't know. No, it's going to stay for a while, especially because I saw my daughter have fun on it. So that was a cool part of the day. We are going to put the topper on today, one way or another. It will get on, but what else have I? So a few bad habits I have to break when I come back to play this again later. I have to work on hitting this shot over here, the left lane, and the utilizing the Inferno shot a little more. I feel like, because obviously to get into that upper playfield, or upper rear playfield, you do need to go through this lane. So, or the center spinner, but the center spinner shot is actually pretty tight. If you look at the geometry from this flipper, it's a pretty tight shot. So I have gotten in there. I do also, I'm going to lube the spinners too, because I love lubing the spinners. It's just my thing. And I'm going to make the game a little bit steeper. I'm going to move it up. It's right around 6.5, 6.6 or so. I'm going to make it a little steeper. Make it a little more speedy, I think. I have zero complaints about Spooky Pinball Beetlejuice so far. Zero complaints. No complaints. Knock on powder coat. But yeah. I am going to take a break from this. If you want to watch more or watch this from the beginning, check out the VODs on Twitch of all my content. I stream pinball every day, basically every day unless I'm out of town. And if I'm out of town, I'm usually streaming a show because I do a few of the shows. So, but yeah, use the follow, subscribe buttons wherever you're watching this. And just know that there's always more coming. We're always doing more pinball. A couple of games are going to leave. A couple of games are going to arrive in the next while. So things are happening on the Grownup adjacent place. Also, if you're looking at getting into live streaming, I have a parts list on pinballife.com in the how to start streaming section. So I'm wanting to encourage new live streamers and get into having more people do what I do in their basements or locations, their arcades. If you have ever any questions, just message me at pinballive.com. Just go to the website and hit them, write a message. But as far as that goes, everybody have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to hang out in the stream. I will be back. Hit me up in Discord or on the social media if you are wanting to. I'm just... I'm going to raid over to Pintastic, where I was going to go to Pintastic. I just wasn't able to pull it off. A lot of overlapping things. Plus, I knew Beetlejuice was coming, and I really wanted to just stay home and play Beetlejuice. That was a contributing factor. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the new subscribers today, the new followers. You guys are awesome. I look forward to doing more good content for you and coming to do pinball stuff on stream.
But if he falls out,
every
he'll
day.
be out entirely because his rank is too high to compete in B. So he does need to hold on.
I did not know that was part of the system. I was actually a little worried about it, and I didn't want to be like bagging on the competition and being like, this is dumb. How do you not just end up with really good players in B? But there's a rank cutoff. That makes sense. Oh, and thank you for the raid, Grownup Adjacent.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Welcome all raiders.
Thanks for bringing you and yours over to the stream.
We are watching people get crushed by medieval madness.
Oh yeah, just absolutely dunked upon, dude. We're getting posterized over here.
It is a thing of beauty.
Rough. All right, we're gonna get to see Julia again here.
Oh yeah, Julia. She was just on. I guess there's not much of a line for this machine, is there?
Actually, let's see. We've got about just over half an hour remaining. Got